I saw this $319 million MSM hush money from Bill Gates. So Bill Gates apparently is getting rich, making us all take these vaccines. So that's like another twist to the plot now. I think I'm gonna go no booster. I'm gonna say no booster. I'm gonna see if I can glide into endemic.
I think. Are you promoting some misinformation here?
What's up?
How's he getting rich from the? Explain the vaccine thing.
Okay, so Bill Gates, if you look at, we have this topic actually later. I have it after thing, but basically his $319 million of hush money, a lot of it goes to doing stuff like this. Basically, years ago, I think years ago he talked to someone in the Rockefeller Foundation.
Should we just start the talk? We should just get into this.
Let's just go into this one.
All right, set it up. Set it up.
So basically, Bill Gates has been giving out hush money to mainstream media. No one's covering it. Wonder why.
Who's saying hush money? Are you labeling it that?
I'm labeling it hush money. Yes, okay, Stephen. Yeah. I'm reading between the lines a little, but not that much, but a little. And basically, he throws money at these organizations. And you know what? The feeling that you get left with after this article is that he is going to another level of money. And apparently Rockefeller did this back in the day too. Rockefeller, he was going through like issues for like with the government for trust issues, like he was having a monopoly, whatever. So Rockefeller, he realized, he started going, screw all the businesses, go into philanthropy. And he goes, the big money isn't saying you're not making money. That's where the real money's at. So Gates is doing a similar thing where, dude, there's proof of this 319 million. You can see the list of people that he gave the money to. Nobody wants to cover it because he's giving everyone's on the take, dude. Everyone's on the take from this guy.
I cannot comment on it. It's like my name's on there.
Allegedly.
No. I did want to actually cover this.
Yeah, dude. He gives
so the charitable thing to say about this, no pun intended, is that he's funding media projects. That's what the Gates Foundation would say. They paid $300 million worth of donations to fund media projects. The cynical take is that if you're funding all the outlets, nobody's going to say anything bad about you. So let's take a look at what they paid out. Awards directly to media outlets, NPR, The Guardian, Cascade Media, Public Media. This is a bit like when Jeff Bezos bought the Washington Post and they all said, oh, we're not going to let that affect our coverage of Amazon. And it totally does. Of course. Dude. So they're talking about... Should there be large donations... should it be legal to make gigantic donations as a billionaire to these media outlets that are supposed to be covering you?
So, there's a lot of stuff that these guys say. Look, this is 319 that's out in the open. The grants are a separate thing. He's gone to CBS CNN, and given them
3 million, 3.5 million. BBC, 3.56 million.
Dude, Kurzgesagt got a taste.
Who? Oh, Kurzgesagt.
Kurzgesagt got 500,000. No. They're in there. Yep. Kurzgesagt, the YouTube channel.
570,000. Were they the only YouTube? Surely not.
No, there must be a bunch. And then this is only the stuff that you can get publicly.
Wow.
They have a bunch of other money that they gave out that's more hidden. So it's if you're doing a study, if it's through grants, if they can call it a grant, that's a separate thing and they don't have to even tell you. So one of the things they gave out was Bill Gates was giving notes at CBS on how to write TV shows. He's rewrite the show rewrite CSI, Law and Order SVU and rewrite it.
Wait. Where's that?
It's in the article.
What?
He does so much, dude. In India, he funded this marriage propaganda. So let me read it. This Indian marriage propaganda pisses me off the most. So the BMGF, Bill Gates Melinda Gates Foundation, also pays for a wide range of specific media campaigns around the world. For example, since 2014, it has donated $5.7 million to the Population Foundation of India in order to create dramas that provide sexual and reproductive health with the intent to increase family planning methods in South Asia. Meanwhile, it allotted over $3.5 million to Senegalese organization to develop radio shows and online content that would feature health information. I mean, at the
wait. What? It donated $5.7 million to the Population Foundation of India to create dramas that's weird, dude.
It's marriage propaganda. No, he's doing mass control manipulate. He got out of computers and he said, Rockefeller said, hey, the real money isn't saying you're not making money. The real money's in philanthropy. His philanthropy, what it really is him getting rich off of these vaccines. And
no, wait. You haven't shown. I'm not going to let you get away with this. You take it from he's paying a bunch of media outlets to he's getting rich off vaccines. Where's that?
So let's see the COVID coverage. By the way, just for everyone watching this stuff about India, it's marriage propaganda. Let's call it what it is. They're being very polite here, and they're saying he funded money to this organization that wants to promote population growth in India. Like, it's like, this is like mass brainwashing to make people want to have kids, and India's fucked up from it. There's too many people.
Wait,
and
no,
also,
I think it's the opposite. He's probably saying have less kids. He's probably like, it's cool to wrap it before you tap it. That's probably the level of writing here.
Maybe the Indian people are the ones doing the pro kids propaganda
with the intent to increase family planning methods in South Asia.
Yeah,
I think it's extremely weird though to create like okay, imagine I create a movie, and at the end of it, you're like, why did you create this whole thing? And I'm like, to teach people to use Crest white strips. Like, it's like an entire like. Just imagine the point of the plot line of Dune was to get you to wash your hands for 30 seconds. I mean, like, that's too much.
So I think in the second thing, it says, okay, wait, let me see. Total. He gave money, like he wrote episodes of ER. Okay, so a case in point is the BMGF's partnership with Viacom CBS, the company that controls CBS News, MTV, VH1, Nickelodeon, and BET. Media reports at the time noted that the Gates Foundation was paying the entertainment giant to insert information and PSAs into its programming, and that Gates had intervened to change storylines in popular shows like ER and Law and Order SVU.
Stop!
Yeah, dude. And no, this is mass.
This
like,
is
mass manipulation
massive,
propaganda.
dude.
It's huge. And okay, so here's the thing: the connection with him making the millions of dollars, and the connection to him and Fauci, even, it's not solid. I'm not saying that's out there, but I will read this. Let me read this. Gates, who amassed his fortune by building a monopoly and zealously guarding his intellectual property, bears significant blame for the failure of the coronavirus vaccine rollout across the world. Quite aside from the COVAX fiasco, he pressured Oxford University not to make its publicly funded vaccine open source and available to all for free, but instead to partner with private corporation AstraZeneca, a decision that meant that those who could not pay were blocked from using it. The Gates has made over 100 donations to the university, totaling hundreds of millions of dollars, likely played some role in the decision. To this day, fewer than 5% of people in low-income countries have received even one dose of COVID vaccine. The death toll from this is immense. I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, the direct connection with him making the money, that's more speculative. He's almost too smart, though. He's too smart. Like this whole thing.
Yeah, but you're saying he did sort of campaign to keep it private.
Yeah, and he pays all these companies tons of money, right? So not only is so whatever it is, like we don't have all the information of how he makes money and stuff like that too.
Steven,
so
I emailed you an article. It's really all you can find when you're researching like Gates, profit, vaccines. That's like it's a decent little article. Yeah. Basically, I think a Facebook post claimed that he made like 200 billion off vaccines or something, and then the article is basically like breaking it down. I mean, I'm not sure really the bias and everything, but you can read it.
Okay, let's read this real quick. Bill Gates making 200 billion from vaccines. Microsoft co-founder explains math behind returns. What is this saying? $200 billion figure came from a Wall Street Journal article titled "The Best Investment I Have Ever Made," January 16th, 2019. He talks about the $10 billion investment by his foundation in global health. What if we invested $10 billion into energy projects in the developing world? In that case, the return would have been $150 billion. What about infrastructure? The $10 billion we gave to help provide vaccines, drugs, bed nets, and other supplies created an estimate of $200 billion in social and economic benefits. Right, but that's...
Yeah, like it's
that's not saying he made it. That's saying we basically generated $200 billion worth of positive value. Doesn't mean like he got paid $200 billion.
Yeah, dude.
I'll be honest. I've flipped on Gates hard. I'm much less friendly towards him because I've seen too much stuff like this, and I no longer buy like I'm the cute old grandpa who loves everybody. But I do think but you have to play fair. Fair is fair. Like people have a tendency of when somebody's bad to assign the word, like to basically turn them into a like lizard eating warlock or whatever.
Right.
It's that's usually not the case.
We don't have proof. And honestly, this to me sounds much more rational. Like he's just out for cold hard cash. Like he's making money off of it. I think that's better because the conspiracy theories that this fuels are the conspiracy theories that he's putting chips in people. I don't believe in that, obviously. That's ridiculous. But there is an insane amount of control that he has over everyone. And I think like his net value does keep going up, but it is hard to tie it directly to him making the money. He's more in charge of it. He controls like what people say about it, but then behind the scenes we can't see all the finances, so it's hard to tell from the article that these guys have. I don't know what, because
I just find it weird that he's basically paying a bunch of entertainment outlets to just kind of like inject his little agendas into stuff. Like this is wild. This is crazy to me. Like you pay them to change plot, like intervene to change storylines in popular TV shows like ER and Law and Order. Are these writers just like kind of weak? I mean, they just fall over and they go, "Oh, you got money."
Yeah. No, Hollywood is very fake like that. And you know what happens in Hollywood is that once you're making a show too, is like people are just in the mode of like just finish the show. So like you're not going to get these emotional writer types in Hollywood. They're like, I can't do it and I have to stand back. They just kind of like, someone will just come in, the showrunner Bright comes in, is, hey guys, this is so stupid, it's bullshit, but Bill Gates said we have to do this, or we got word from the CEO, like our executive producers, our funders said that we need to change this to this. So maybe like by the time it gets down to a writer, I don't think they even tell them that it's because of whatever. Sure. They probably just come in and say, just change it, and the writer just goes, yes sir. Change it.
That's just so much cash. $300 million.
$319 million.
Imagine how good a PR you could spend for yourself if you spent $300 million.
Yeah. And Rockefeller even says that, like, Rockefeller, I think, basically,
and a lot of these are like good names. Like, he doesn't spend them on like dumb stuff. I mean, he spends them on serious. European Journalism Center, World University Service of Canada, Well Told Story Limited, Solutions Journalism, Entertainment Industry Foundation. I would love to know if you could track like how many negative Bill Gates stories they did but the year before they got funded, and then how many negative Bill Gates stories they did the year after they got funded.
So they have.
Go ahead.
They have an example of that. They have these two guys from the New York Times who. Oh man, they have these two guys from the New York Times who are in this journalism organization who are like, they're writers at the New York Times, but they're also the head of this journalistic organization that gets like $7 million or $10 million or whatever. And they're the head of that organization too. So Bill Gates gives them money, and then they write these articles for New York Times saying like, look at how great this guy is. So let me just read this media gatekeeper section, the first two paragraphs. That the Gates Foundation is underwriting a significant chunk of our media ecosystem leads to serious problems with objectivity. The foundation's grants and media organizations raise obvious conflict of interest questions. How can reporting be unbiased when a major player holds the purse strings? Wrote Gates' local Seattle Times in 2011. This was before the newspaper accepted BMGF money to fund its education lab section. Schwab's research has found that the conflicts of interests go right to the very top. This is the one I was telling you about. Two New York Times columnists have been writing glowingly about the Gates Foundation for years without disclosing that they also work for a group.
Oh my gosh!
The Solutions. Hey, we're just the Solutions Journalism Network. We just care about solutions. That, as shown above, has received over $7 million from the tech billionaires charity. So there's a lot of this.
Wow, dude. Caught.
I know, dude. Who's going to cover it?
You know what's crazy, though? All this stuff is sort of out in the open, but it doesn't do any... Like this is sort of sometimes the impotence of journalism. It's like, now we know it. Okay, he's Bill Gates. Nothing changes. He's going to continue funding these companies. They're going to continue to write nicely about him. It just kind of continues. It's just sad. Yeah, dude, that's so sad.
It is sad, and like... it's so sad how everyone gets duped by it, because even in these law of attraction circles, they talk about so depending on who you talk to, right? Like there's some people, the same people who do this kind of research also say that Rockefeller did the same thing back in the day. So Rockefeller was getting sued by the government for like monopoly issues, whatever. So then one day he goes, hey, the real money's in philanthropy, switches all the money over, creates this Rockefeller Foundation, opens universities. Now he has completely redone his image, and he got rich the whole way. And apparently it was all like it was kind of like fronts like this and like mass control operations, whatever. But in the end, the law of attraction people, you know what they say? They're like Rockefeller was on his deathbed and he would have died when he was just making money for himself. But when he decided to start giving to others, then the vibrations raised and he became healthy, and he lived until he was 85. So like this is all like this is all propaganda that I feel like they put up. People buy it though. People believe that. People really believe that Bill Gates is a nice guy. He's just like a lovable nerd. He wears these sweaters that are very like, you know what I mean? It's the sweaters, dude. With Bill Gates.
People get tripped out by that. You wear a sweater, you wear some glasses, people go, oh.
I just want to see people
he's a scholar. He's a grandpa scholar.
Yeah. I just
wow, dude.
He's blocked like stuff that.
Meanwhile, you talk to anyone from Microsoft who has worked with him, they like fear him.
He's a psycho. So sad. It's so sad when the psycho's so good that they can control the narrative. So like they're the psycho, you know they're a psycho, but everyone else is like, Bill Gates? No.
What?
You're in conspiracy theories. You're in conspiracy land.
That's wild.
It's not conspiracy land. Same with Fauci. Fauci, same publicist. He's been Fauci shit.
This is just wild. It's completely wild because I literally have defended this guy on my platform before, saying that what a bunch of kooks, the people who distrust Bill Gates, whatever. Oh, it's kind of embarrassing.
Well, what are you going to do, man? I mean, he controls the whole media. How could you have found out about it? This, like, look
but
at
then,
this
but
article.
then also, okay, one thing that pisses me off is that a lot of the anti-Fauci, or not Fauci, this is sort of true with Fauci too, but like Bill Gates, anti-Bill Gates stuff, the most popular voices are the ones accusing him of everything.
Yeah, like
and
vax
it's
chips.
not true. It's not true. And then
Totally not true.
So then all the people who are like kind of looking at it, they go, well, that's obviously crazy. So he must be the victim of a bunch of misinformation. But in fact, what you're seeing is a bunch of angry people who are just like making up stuff, basically. And then there's this propaganda arm, and the truth is actually like, well,
I almost
like just
think
he's like a greedy monster, but
that's what it looks like.
And he's just trying to push his he's just trying to basically control stuff.
Yeah, and these lefties can't say shit to him. It's all only conservatives kind of like criticize him for like, hey, this guy's a little too powerful. But like the left is not touching him because he knows how to play them. He knows how to. He really leans heavy on the Africa thing. Like at one point they were saying like, we just like I think Melinda Gates actually said this, but they were just saying like, we think black people should get the vaccine first because we care. Like they say shit like that. And right now, even at Microsoft. So whenever they do their training videos, dude, Memology 101 put this video up. It's so funny.
But that's not the case, though. They don't actually want them to get the vaccine because if they would have open sourced the vax.
No, but that's just their PR. That's their talking point. So
this
when they
like
do the talking
saying,
points.
Yeah, it's like them saying, I want to pay more in taxes. It's like just
exactly. It just gets these idiot lefties on board. And then if you look at their organization's training videos, dude, they don't even start. They go, this is how they start the training videos. Like if I was working for Microsoft, like, hi, my name is Amish Patel. I am a straight cisgendered man, South Asian background. I'm wearing an orange shirt, and today I'm going to tell you how to code SSL. Like, dude, they every video. It's on Memology 101. They go, hi, my name is Karen. I'm a white East Asian woman. I identify as straight, and I want to be called her. I'm wearing it, and then they do the T-shirt. I don't know why they do it. They do their face color. Like, dude, they start every meeting, every little trading thing. They start it full. They have to say all that. You're murdering people, or like, you know what I mean? Like you denied millions of people the vaccine. What's this shit at the top?
Yeah, but Amish,
yeah,
that's all okay because they're taking care of people who are sight impaired, and so they're announcing who they are for the people who can't see.
Big money. Let me tell you, big woke politics, big bucks.
Big bucks, dude. Big bucks.
Philanthropy, that's the big money.
Yeah.
Big bucks in the philanthropy, and him, Epstein, like they're all just filthy little players. They got their tentacles in, and they know how to manipulate and control the government idiots or whatever. Whoever's in the way, they can control it. But it is almost like Rockefeller, because Rockefeller, by the age of like 30, dude, he took the American business, dominated it, destroyed it, owned the government at that point. Like at that point, he had Standard Oil, I think, and he had the government in his pocket. And he's like 30 or something. Rockefeller is so young. Then he gets hit with this like disease, this ailment. Doctor's like, you're going to die. Then he goes, you know what? I have to do the right thing.
I'm a scammer. Gonna rip you off, take you down.